the ruler of Dubai and the Prime Minister of the UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, issued a public call on Twitter for young Emiratis to register for the UAE Astronaut program. More than 4,000 people applied to be given the chance of becoming the first Emirati astronaut. Haza Al-Mansouri and fellow applicant Sultan Al-Niadi were selected as the final two after a series of interviews and medical and psychological tests. Sheikh Mohammed has described these two young men as representing the pinnacle of the UAE's ambitions. I'm sure that our students and teachers are very, very excited and eager to get a first-hand account of the astronauts' journey in space. So they're now going to actually make a presentation and tell you their story. And after that, students, you will have the opportunity to ask questions. So without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Haza Al-Mansouri and Mr. Sultan Al-Niadi on stage with us.
Test. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. سعيد أن وياكم اليوم.
We have a video that we want to play first, right?
This is MBRSC, can you hear me? MBRSC, this is station, I can hear you loud and clear.
بعطيكم تور في محطة الفضاء الدولية.
أكثر التجارب العلمية ما في هذا المكان. هذا الجهاز سايكل. طبعا هني رواد الفضاء يلبسوه.
بديت من أمس مهماتي العلمية، التجارب العلمية اللي علي، والحمد لله بشرك كل شيء حسب المخطط.
Once again, Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, Dobry dien. حد يعرف روسي؟
لا.
So it's really our honor here today to sit with you guys and to share with you our journey, our story. And to be honest, it didn't start from our childhood, this dream to go to space in this nation, United Arab Emirates. The dream to go to space in this country started from the 70s. When His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan, may his soul rest in peace, invited astronauts from NASA. Maybe you saw this picture 100 times. I saw it because I am older, million times. I saw it and it's really instilled in me and the spark, the ignite that maybe one day I will reach the stars and I will be astronaut representing my country in this field. I had this dream and I had the passion. But do you think now, is it possible to go to space in this country? Possible, yes? Back then, when I was in your age, it was impossible. Something that unachievable, to be honest. Because in 90s, 80s, I had this dream and this passion to go to space. But because our country is still a young country, focusing more on building the cities and the roads, we didn't have this type of programs, UAE Astronaut program, to send someone to space. So I decided to change my path a little bit. Not going to that altitude, more than 100 kilometers, I decided to go a little bit less. I became a pilot. So I still have this passion about sky and stuff. So I get closer to my dream. And we are really lucky in this country because always our leadership looking forward 20 years, planning ahead to make everything possible. So that kid, when he thought it's impossible, now he made the impossible himself and he reached the stars.
When I was your age, in the 80s, I don't want to sound too old, but yes, in the 80s we used to see the stars in a different way. We could see very bright stars because we did not have such light pollution. We could even see the Milky Way like a shiny cloud. And that was the beginning of me loving space. I wanted to go to space. But when I was your age, I was wearing glasses. How many of you guys wearing glasses? Astronauts do. Well, you have no problem. You can go to space as well. But I want to make this joke just to inspire you. I was wearing glasses. I wanted to be a pilot. But I couldn't do so. So I changed. I studied engineering. And my first project in the university was about space. I did a small project about satellites. I did not let go of my dream. I finished my master's degree and PhD. And I kept that dream with me. Until 2 years back, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum tweeted that we want the best of the best to be the first Emirati astronauts. And I applied with no hesitation. More than 4,000 people applied for this program. And luckily, at the end they chose Azza Mansouri and myself to be the first Emirati astronauts.
It really was an honor to have this privilege and to represent our country. And to let you know, by the way, we didn't only represent this nation. We represented on board the station the whole Arab region, by the way, because we are the first Arab to reach the International Space Station. Yes, in the 80s there were Prince Sultan bin Salman and Mohammed Faris from Syria back in the 80s. Since then, for more than 32 years, nobody went to space from Arab region. But we ignite again this spark. And this spark will be continued with you guys. You are the next generation going to the Mars and inshallah to the moon. So we started our training in Star City. And Star City is a small village outside Moscow and Russia. We have to have a different skill set to be ready for space. To be astronaut, you have to have different skills. You will be the scientist doing science on board the station, experiments. You will be the technician doing the maintenance on board the station. You will be the plumber fixing the toilet. So you will do a different type of task on board the station. And you have to be ready for this. And you have to learn Russian.
Yes. How many of you guys think that after school you won't be studying anything? Well, I have bad news. I was 37 when I started this program, and I had to sit again on a desk facing a teacher for 4 hours every day and learning Russian. And it's very important for you guys to learn new things every day. And it's a strong message. As long as you have the ability, you have the will, you have to study and to learn new things every day. And the Russian language is not something easy. It's very technical. It's very hard to learn a new language starting from the alphabet. And within a year, you have to master it. For example, and I always use this, vyklachit and vyklachit means
On, off. Oh my God.
so imagine that you hear a command from the commander saying, vyklachit.
Which one?
Should you turn on or off the system? And imagine you're in space and doing that. It's very critical. We had to do many things as well, scientific experiments with different agencies from Japan, Russia, European Union, and Canada, and NASA as well. Many experiments. On top of that, we did some other unique experiences. How many of you guys went on an airplane and felt a turbulence? It's only for 1 second, right? And you continue going straight, right? But imagine having that turbulence for 25 seconds, like you're falling. That's what we trained in Russian, and it's called vomit comet. And you shouldn't vomit. You should do some exercise. Imagine 20 times we did this maneuver, and we had to toss some objects, don the suit, and doing some acrobatic movements. So it's very critical. And one unique exercise that we did is survival. How many of you guys felt cold last week? What? It was 15? We experienced minus 25 in a frozen Russian forest, right? We survived on
3 days. We survived, I want to survive. To be ready for space, it is an international effort. You will train with different people from different countries, different mentalities, different thoughts, and always make sure that you will represent your country in a very good way. You have to have a good communication skills with everyone from different countries. You have this open mind that you are accepting the others. It's really important because you will see different people from different religion, different beliefs, different ideas, different traditions, and it's really important to know that the traditions of the others and to respect them. So, winter survival, after 3 days, or before I mentioned that, we'll see some, this is video. Yep. Zai 2. Zвершен. Аварийную посадку. 23 километров. So while we are doing winter survival, are we going to camp on the moon? No. We are doing this type of training to give us more skill set in case after we land from space, coming back from space, we land in a remote area, away from people, in very cold places. We have to survive. We have to learn how to use the resources around us to survive until the search and rescue team come and get us. When I finish this training, I send to my kids the picture in front of the TV tent. They send me that picture. It's really important to have this communication with our kids, with our children. Because this will give us a good communication, and we are giving them our experience, which is a new experience in this country. And when they send me this picture, I really have increased it. It's increased my my energy more. That's in going to keep going in my training and to just be ready for the future events, to be ready for this mission. So it's really important. You also inspired us in a way when you achieve amazing things.
I like this slide. I have two pictures. First picture is on the first week when we arrived in Star City. And the last picture was on the launch day, 25th of September. For a whole year, we worked as a team. We started as a team, and we finished as a team. We had one goal. Back then, we did not know who was going to go to space. And I remember in the first press conference that we had, a journalist asked, who's going to go to space? Who's the mate? Who's the backup? And Hazza left his hand, and he did not say, I'm going to go to space. He said, the UAE flag will go to space. And this is a very important message for you guys. If you're working in a class, work as a team, because you have one goal. Within your own school, work as a team, because you have one goal. Despite names, or who's first or second. Yes, it's good to be first, but it's better when you do something together, achieve a goal together. And this is what we worked for. We worked as a team, and we raised the UAE flag on board the International Space Station.
Definitely, as a team. So we trained the different equipments. This is the mock-up, the ISIS mock-up, or the International Space Station mock-up in Star City, and there's other one, the whole station mock-up or simulator in NASA, Houston. We trained both of them to be ready for this mission. There is different type of equipments, machines you have to train on and to be ready for, to use them in the station. So this is type of mask, and we are wearing these type of masks to be ready for like different emergencies. For example, fire, smoke, depressurization. As you know, outside the outer space is vacuum, and inside the station is all atmosphere with the air, oxygen, and everything. So if there is debris managed to make a hole in the station, we have to be ready for these type of emergencies and to deal with them. Ammonia on board the station to do a cooling for outside the station. And there is a risk that the ammonia will leak on board or inside the station. So we have to be ready for these type of emergencies. This is different type of readiness. Dealing with emergencies and reading the checklist, communicating with the different crew. And there is different type of readiness, which is physical training.
Yeah, exactly. We have a small video that we want to play, but don't feel dizzy, right? This is a test. Imagine doing this for 10 minutes every day for 2 weeks. This is done in Baikonur, and it's very important for us, for the astronaut, to be ready for space. And this rotating chair is antagonizing the vestibular system in your ears. So it will give you a motion sickness. It's like going to the sea for the first time, second time, you feel sick. But the more you go, the more adaptation you have. So we did this for 10 minutes every day for 2 weeks, just to provoke the vestibular system and to be ready to go to space. Because in space, your vestibular system will be disturbed. You don't feel the movement left and right, and you will definitely get sick. So this helps us overcoming this difficulty. The second thing we did is the tilting table, right?
Tilting table. In a way, we slept like this every day for 1 hour. In this position, with our head a little bit down, up to 45 degree minus, to simulate the environment of microgravity affecting our bodies. So what will happen there in microgravity? The fluid, they call it fluid shift, tend to go in your body upwards to your head, and this will give you a headache. You will have a little bit congestion in your nose, and you will feel a little bit losing the taste of the food as you go more, staying more on the space. So we trained like this every day for 2 weeks in Baikonur. In Baikonur, it is a small city in Kazakhstan where the launching pad is. We launched from there. And we stayed there 2 weeks. They call it quarantine. And it is quarantine. So we stayed away from everyone. Like a crew or the main crew and the backup crew together with the staff. They are doing every day for us, like clearing us, checking our temperature, doing checking our weight to make sure we are healthy, and you are going to the station virus-free. The environment on board the station, virus-free. There is no viruses there, no diseases. So when I invited my kids to Baikonur to say for them bye-bye and see you after 8 days, I couldn't hug them. I couldn't touch them. I have to respect this because I'm going to space where it is controlled environment. And we did a lot of activities in these 2 weeks. One of them is to see our Soyuz. Soyuz is the spaceship took us to the International Space Station in a trip of 6 hours. We are climbing in the orbits to reach 400 kilometers to join the station. And this is the Soyuz before they put it at the top of the rocket. This picture, I am in this picture. I imagine myself in this picture for 20 years. When I was in the Air College in 2003, I gave brief. They gave us a task to stand up in front of a crowd as officers, to become an officer in future, and to talk about any subject related to the aviation. Imagine this. So they give us an option to talk about engines, jets, helicopters, procedures related to the aviation sector. I deviated a little bit from this options, and I choose to talk about spaceship. How the spaceship, the space shuttle, going to space, coming from space. And I put there same these pictures, but with different astronauts. And do you know what the feedback I got from my friends? They laugh at me. And they said, do you want to be an astronaut? It's impossible. I became one. It's really important. It's really important for you guys to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. But watch out. You have to work to achieve your dreams. You have to set goals to achieve your dreams. Because dreams without goals, they are just dreams, and you will not reach anywhere. So work on yourself. Work hard. And believe me, working hard works. I don't know if you can see it from up there. I sit like this, in this position, in the top of the rocket, for 8 hours. And if they double it, I will sit also, no problem. Because I'm going to space, come on guys. Yes, I'm making my dream come true. 2 hours before counting down, I have to sit like this, and 6 hours to reach the International Space Station. So it is really challenging, stressful, mix of feeling, overwhelming thoughts. My dreams come true. A couple of minutes, counting down, and here we go. We are going to space. The journey to reach the 200 kilometers and to experience the microgravity took us 8 minutes, 57 seconds. And then we experienced this amazing feeling. Everything is floating. Wow. And when I look back at Earth from there is a small window in the Soyuz. There's a small window, and I look at Earth from there. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then that's there, the curvature of the Earth, the horizon, the different colors that no camera can take. Only you have to go there and see it with your eyes. Something really amazing. But why you are wearing this white suit?
Do you know the name of the suit?
Space suit.
It's called the Sokol in Russian, which means a falcon. But what's the purpose of this suit? It's only to sit like this for 8 hours. It's different than the suit that you see astronauts doing a spacewalk. That is something else. The one with the big bag at the back, that is different. But this one provides oxygen for the astronaut and pressure. And next picture shows the suit when it's fully inflated. It's really hard, like a cast. So it can help protecting the astronaut while shaking inside the rocket. I said oxygen, pressure, and ventilation. It keeps the body cool for 8 hours. But it's not like going to a store and picking up medium size or something like that. We had to spend 6 hours trying the suit. One of them was in a template with a cast. The second 2 hours was in that exact position. We had nothing to do, just wait. I read some magazines and then I slept.
I'm sleeping in this one, if you can notice my eyes closed.
The third section was spending 2 hours in a vacuum chamber where the pressure was 0. And if there is any problem in that suit, you'll die instantly. So we have to trust in our suits that can protect us and take us to space, right?
This picture took from the International Space Station by NASA astronaut Christina Koch. She came back from space after 328 days. So ladies, you have no excuse. Okay? You can go to space, and she broke a record, by the way, by staying like almost 1 year. But nothing like raising your flag there. It's really amazing. One of the first things that I did when I was there, to go to this window. They call it a cupola. And this window gives you the opportunity to look at Earth with the like 360 view. And I was waiting to pass UAE and to see my country from there. I took a lot of pictures, and I have a lot of pictures also to show you and to share with you, inshallah, in future. Like this one. Can you notice something?
That's Earth.
What do you notice in this picture? There is something missing. There is no borders. There is no borders between countries. We are going to space to look back at Earth from there, and it's really amazing. Different colors. You will see different things, really. I mean, the lightning from there is totally different than what we witness here on ground. And there is no borders again. To tell you something, we are going to space as a humankind. Human versus space. Working together to achieve the impossible, to explore, to figure out how we can survive there. It's a really hostile environment. The station is a big laboratory orbiting the Earth at altitude of 400 kilometers with a speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour. Speed of sound times 25, Officially, I am the fastest man in the UAE. I went there like different astronauts to conduct different type of experiments. And so one of the main objective of this program, UAE Astronaut program, to conduct a lot of experiment, science, with the different agencies. On board the station, how many experiments I did? Anybody knows?
7.
You should know this. This is the history now of the UAE. 500? No way. It's only 8 days.
7.
7? Minus 1?
6.
Okay. 32. That's good. 6 on board the station. And total 16. The rest 10 experiments before and after the mission. Just to compare. Because always, as you know, you did a lot of science in the school, yes? So we are doing like one experiment and then we compare to the second one, third one, a lot of trials to just make sure everything is really accurate. Do you know how many people or human from this world, how many went to space? 565 only. I am the lucky one from this 565. Went to station itself, the International Space Station, 239. Okay? So 6 experiments related to the different aspects, physics, how our body is affected by microgravity, cardiovascular, we call it cardiovector experiment, related to the heart affected by microgravity, and this one, the cardiovector experiment. I did it before I went to space, and there is a phase that I have to hold my breath. How many minutes you can hold your breath, or how many seconds? 2 minutes? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Oh, we are not there. Okay. I did it like 2.5. I did it like 2.5 when I was on the ground. When I went to the station, you think it's more or less? 4 minutes and a half. Imagine the double. So if you are holding 5, you will hold it there like 10 minutes. So you will become a whale or something. So it's really important. It's microgravity. There is no weight. And they have to check my weight every day. How come? How they will figure it out? Is there any way to figure our weight there?
Do you know what this is? What is it? It's not exercise, no? What exercise?
No, there's no exercise.
Well, this is a device to check the weight. But hold on, there is no weight on space, right?
How come?
We don't have weight.
What we have? What's still there?
But the mass is there. The mass of the body is there. So this device has a strain that goes up and down, like this, multiple times to calculate the mass of the body. And then it has the capability into translating that mass into weight. So why is it important to check the weight of the astronauts? Why is it important? Anyone? I can't hear. Anybody? How? Well, it's a test, but astronauts on space, because it's a very harsh environment and because they don't walk, they don't use their legs, they are susceptible to lose muscle mass. And it's a very problem. If they lose a lot of mass, they would land with a very weak body, so they cannot walk. It's a very, very big problem. Also, they are susceptible of losing bone density. Imagine if they reach a critical point, they might land and then break a leg. So it's very important for doctors on the ground to check the weight of the astronauts, so they can tell them to eat more and to practice more. Do you know how many hours they practice on space? 2 hours, correct. 2 hours, and it's compulsory. It's not something that optional. No, they have to train 2 hours every day. So it's very important to check the weight and keep a healthy lifestyle even in space.
It's really important. It's a really tough environment to live there on board the station. We are living a place that we are not supposed to be there. to work there. You know the radiation that I observed on this 8 days? In each day, the amount of the radiation equivalent to like doing X-rays from 30 to 40 times in each day. Imagine that. So a lot of radiations that I am affected by. And alhamdulillah, I'm still alive. So I saw projects outside and they asked me about the water. Because of the surface tension of the liquids, the water tend to form like a bubble. Interesting. And NASA astronaut Nick Hick helped me with how to do the perfect sphere, perfect bubble. I was enjoying it. Playing with my food when I was don't do it here, only in station. So that was my first coffee there, yes.
Take a hard time.
We worked together, 9 astronauts together. Different countries, one family. The Italian from ESA agency, Luca Parmitan, just arrived like 2 weeks ago with the Christina. This guy, like he's upside down, and it's really weird when you are going there because the vestibular system disconnected, because the vestibular system, the balancing mechanism in our brain worked with relative to the gravity itself to give us the sensation of the balancing. On board the station, there is no gravity, or almost absolute, close to zero. So the only way to tell us where is up and where is up and down is your eyes. So if you are upside down, you will see everyone is upside down, and you feel you are absolutely normal. It's really weird. Still, I came from UAE to share with Astronaut my culture, my food, wearing my UAE Kandora. So there's no excuse for you guys. Okay? It's really important to share with everyone outside this country, and if you are coming from different country to UAE, to share your culture, your heritage with everyone. It's really important. So as I mentioned, outside, I took with me 3 dishes, yes, from UAE. Do you know what the 3